YouTube I meant. There. My hair's all wet from my shower. We are live and ready to go. Tea is a brewing. Welcome to Spilling My Usual Tea. We got some tea to spill on Ice Planet Barbarians.
Yep.
Who was written by...
We have to give your little thing first. You always forget.
That we are going to give...
intro. Some people haven't seen this before. You need to come up with like an intro.
I do, like a scripted one.
Yeah, it's like pasted to the front of your laptop. Welcome to Spilling My Usual Tea.
Where we have a cup of tea and...
with a clever acronym.
I don't know.
Nobody has ever caught on to that I'm aware of, that you didn't tell.
I think Christy did.
Christy did?
But she was
on
on her own, and it was like a light bulb moment, I think, for her.
Oh, yeah?
And she was like, oh, and I was like, yeah, why did you think we called it that?
Yeah.
So.
She surprises me sometimes.
She's excellent. We do reread a book. We go into.
Read a smut book.
We read a smut book.
We're not reading Winnie the Pooh.
I mean, no, we're not. I will never do that. I'm not going to ruin.
I'm not going to ruin people's childhood on Spilling My Usual Tea.
I mean, we might, but that's when they realize what their grandmothers were actually reading.
I feel like we delve into people's psyche a lot more than
we do.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of psyche kind of goes into play when you talk about like the things that go into these books.
You guys totally like. You skip over it. You're like, that gets in my feels. That's my trauma. I talked to my therapist about that. They told me it's alright.
It's okay. We'll make it.
It's fine. I'll just read my smut book and pretend that this is my personality instead of some kind of trauma bonding I'm having with the book.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm okay with the
But I'm like
bonding.
digging into it. I'm like, You know
that now that I'm looking at the screen, I think I made it too green.
Too green.
I think I made it the wrong shade of green. It's like a grass green.
Wrong trousers.
The wrong trousers. Beware the full moon. If you haven't seen Wallace and Gromit, the Were Rabbit, it's injustice.
All right. Well, anyway.
Anyway, so this. I'm not going to say this week because yesterday and today we read Ice Planet Barbarians.
We've been slacking.
We absolutely have. We are completely off schedule.
Yeah, totally.
Totally off schedule. We'll get back on track this weekend. Maybe. I don't know. I'm not going to make any promises.
Is the mic on?
Yeah.
All right. Sound good?
I don't know. If
is there a way of finding out by putting on this headset?
No.
There's not?
No, you'll have to,
plug the headset in. It's got output.
I don't have it set for output.
Yeah, you do. I did it.
I
Unless
did
you
it.
changed it.
I might have. I'm not going to make any promises.
Seriously. Just plug me in.
I'll plug you in and I'll unmute the YouTube.
No, you'll have to.
No, see, it's coming out on my speakers. Told you.
Okay, alright, you're not good.
I'm not good, whatever. How about whoever is watching can comment?
Yeah, hopefully. We never get any comments. Nobody wants to get caught watching this.
That's fine.
And we don't even really say anything bad.
Usually. It's fine. I'm not that worried about it. Anyway, so we're off schedule. Usually we go live Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. It's Wednesday. It happened. We got kind of thrown off during the weekend.
Snowstorm.
The snowstorm definitely did it to us.
Yeah.
I'm going to blame the snow. It's supposed to snow again in the morning.
Nice.
But they have determined that we're going to school. So, I'm
not.
You're not. The boys are.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not even going to.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. So, we decided to read Ice Planet Barbarians because you were like, why is there never any science fiction?
Yeah. And you were like, I read one, and it was science fiction, and you laughed yourself. And I don't even know, I'm not sure why after I read it, but you were like, It's only 188 pages. So I was
It
like,
would-
fucking winner. Winner.
You don't have any idea as to why I would have said it's science fiction
We'll go
and then
into it.
chuckled.
We'll go into it.
So, if you have not read Ice Planet Barbarians and you do not want spoilers, because we're going to kind of break this or dissect this book, then turn away.
Yeah.
Watch it at a later time. It'll be on YouTube.
Yeah.
It stays on Twitch for like a week or something. I don't know.
Spoiler alert: we may or may not go into the other 20 books in that series.
I am not reading.
Yeah, probably not.
21.
I might read another one. It's fun to read. Might read another one, but there's really no reason to talk about it.
They're only okay. We'll get into it. I'll tell you why I would read. What would make me read another one? Because I have considered it before, but I've never been motivated enough to actually do so. But you don't have any idea as
Are we
to
getting off topic?
no,
Are we jumping around?
a little.
We're jumping around.
But I'm starting. I'm reeling back. I'm segueing back. Segue. You don't have any idea why I would have laughed after I said it was science fiction.
Because it wasn't really.
Because it wasn't really.
It wasn't.
But I think that's as science fiction as these books go, as novels go.
I'm disappointed then.
I would be too, if that was your thing.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that. Did I?
But see, but that is why in the last live that we did, I asked you what was your definition of science fiction, and you were like spaceships and aliens, and I was like,
That's not what I said.
say less.
That's not what I said. That's what Cricket said.
That's what Cricket said. Okay, my bad.
It said science fiction is science that does not exist. That is
Right,
science fiction.
right.
Any of that. It doesn't have to be futuristic. It doesn't have to be spaceships. It doesn't have to have aliens. It's just any science that they use for purposes of fiction that doesn't actually exist.
I think this had that in there.
In the loosest sense of the term.
I mean, it made
We'll
it though.
We'll talk about it.
We are so we're actively talking about it. So this book was written by Ruby Dixon. It's got a 3.6 out of 5 on Goodreads with 200,000 ratings.
It's a light read.
It's a light read.
And it went viral.
It went viral during COVID. COVID kind of gave it its fame. So, and I mean, I think a lot of her books were published way before COVID in this series, but I think it gained enough notoriety that
I like that. I like that. I like seeing those things happen.
I do too.
I like seeing authors that have been like giving it their all, writing for 20 years, then like something from they did back in the day goes viral, and then all of a sudden it's popular. I love that shit. I love seeing that.
If I had to guess, it looks like it got on Kindle in 2021, because I can see all the like more editions of it on Goodreads, and then from there it's like she already had an audiobook, but then it was like that's when the paperback book got picked up and got published in 2021, so right after it went viral.
They're like, oh,
someone
there's
else
money
picked it up.
here, let's get it.
Pretty much.
So yeah, it was. I mean, it was kind of sci-fi.
For a hot second, I scrolled down, and this is. We've talked about this book before, but I scrolled down, and then I thought it was also written by, but it's not. It says readers also enjoyed.
Yeah.
And it is Morning Glory Milking Farm.
Yeah.
And for a second, I was like, she also wrote that? I was about to, like, lose it, but that's not what happened. I, like, quickly, I just needed to, like, have that moment, because I was getting ready to lose it. Okay. Anyway, so, yeah, I'm super, super pumped to win book that has been out for a long time goes viral, and they suddenly like kind of getting
Or
the
gets a movie.
oh yeah. I am tired of all the spam on my Facebook being like, so and so movie ad coming. Blah, blah.
Where's it at?
I'm like, no, it's not.
Where's it at, bro?
Or like some of the movies, it's like Lights Out movie. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. So
maybe on Hallmark.
Maybe on
Netflix.
prepaid television.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing that out there. So it starts out with Georgia. And she gets abducted by aliens.
Yep.
In her sleep.
Yep.
Only to find out that she is one of the many. There's, what, 11 total?
6. I think they started out with 9. I think it started out with 9 in the coop, and then 6 in the
tanks.
The hibernation pods.
Right.
So yeah, they just kind of went on a shopping spree.
Yeah, had
22-year-old women from mostly the Americas.
Mm-hmm.
The aliens showed up. It was basically human trafficking.
Yeah. They made sure that they were young, healthy, and not pregnant.
Yeah, not pregnant. And if they were pregnant, they took care of it.
Yep.
You know what I kind of dug about that? It wasn't really, they did like turn those, they did make sure that you understood that those aliens are pieces of crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't like, to me it was a little bit more forgivable because they were aliens. They were just dudes.
Right. Right.
To me that was a little more forgivable. They weren't just like painting these people as being like your stereotypical dude. I mean, you know, that's what they were.
It is what it is. But I wasn't that. I guess we could go ahead and just talk about the punishment. So they were like,
yeah, and it was very specific too. It's like they could get by with a lot of shit, but if they like called out, if they like screamed,
it was just like make noise at all. It wasn't.
They could make noise. They just couldn't. They couldn't scream.
They couldn't like break into hysteria. That might be a. Now that I think about it, controlling the masses, because it's so easy to catch. What am I thinking? Mob mentality, where if one girl starts crying and is freaking out, it's very easy to get the rest.
Everybody does that, yeah.
Well, it's very easy for the rest of them to get going. So just to keep, they're like, if you start to cry and you make a lot of noise, they're gonna punish you, and that's how they kept him quiet.
In a horrible way.
In a horrible way. Horrible way. And it is, if it was a group of men doing it, you'd
expect some kind of repercussions from it.
They kind of did.
They didn't really. Not really. That's one of those situations where I would have liked to seen more of, like, I mean, and you're not gonna get it in 188 pages. You're not.
No.
And it's like a rabbit hole that it really doesn't deserve diving into because it's such a lighthearted book. Like, it would have went a lot darker if there would have been more going on there. But I feel like if you would have understood like the culture of those aliens,
or even just fully understanding why they were trafficking them.
If they were, because in like in Star Trek, they have groups of aliens that they're just human traffickers. That's just their culture.
Right.
Whenever you see a Star Trek episode and somebody's just like completely green, that person has been trafficked. That's that racist culture.
Mm.
So you can't really, you can not like it, you can be against it, but you can't really shit on them because that's just their planet's culture. That's just what they do. Are they pieces of shit? Yeah, kind of. But on your terms.
Yeah, it's all.
But on their terms, it's just their normal.
Beholder kind
of thing.
Their
normal. So I would have liked to have known if these aliens were just, that was just par for the course for their race, or if they were just pirates and they're just pieces of shit. Because if they were just like human traffickers in a race of people that don't do that shit, I would have liked to seen like a worse end. I would really wanted to see them fight the other aliens. I thought that was coming up. It never happened.
No, of course it didn't. That wasn't the plot of the story.
Yeah, but that would have made it a lot more complicated. I think she might have initially put that in and then cut it back out.
Yeah,
that probably didn't go well. But yeah, I would have liked to have seen them get some kind of comeuppance. I'm not really like. I'm not one of those eye for an eye type people.
I am glad that she did not just immediately know or was able to use the gun.
Because she has never used a gun before.
She's never used a gun before. Not even just like a gun.
She never did use it.
No, she didn't.
She never did get shot off.
No.
Yeah.
And I was like,
that was just like one of. There was a few things in this book that were just really unrealistic. They just really were.
What? Her not being able to shoot off the gun?
No, not that.
Oh, okay.
Not that, but there were a few things in the book that I just thought were really unrealistic, and we can go into that. But there's a few things that were she really kept it kind of grounded.
Like that, the not being able to shoot the gun.
She's like, where's the fucking trigger on? Does that alien even have fingers that go into a trigger slot? Does it need a trigger?
They had no idea.
Yeah, it might be mind activated. They don't know.
And she didn't know and never figured it out.
She just fucking clubbed him to death with it.
Which made sense.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I really like that. You know what? This is a fun read. We can talk about it and we can go into different aspects of it.
And it
was 188 pages of fun read.
It was. I don't want to. I think it was well written for what it is. It's well written.
Yeah.
And
she couldn't really go into any great detail about anything because she had 188 pages.
She had an end goal.
Yeah.
Completed that end goal. She threw some shit in there. The smut was written well. I mean, I wasn't mad at it. And I remember enjoying it when I read it the first time, because this was the second time that I read it.
So she kept it light. There wasn't there were some misadventures, but there wasn't. I mean, and there are a few spots in it that are a little bit dark, but for the most part, she kept it light.
But but it made sense, like finding the girl out in the snow.
Yeah.
So
that was the only real dark part of the whole thing. Really. Everybody else just kind of.
Well, didn't the alien guy find a foot in one of his traps? That was kind of dark.
That was her foot. That was a chick.
Oh, was it her foot?
Yeah, that was her. Yeah.
So she I guess I misread that part.
Maybe she got caught in the trap. I don't remember exactly. Maybe she got caught in the trap and something ate her.
Oh, I don't.
Or maybe, I think he found a foot near one of his traps. I don't think it was actually in the trap. He was out checking his traps and he found it.
Right, I thought it was in the trap, but maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't.
I think it was sticking out of the snow. And he's like, "Oh shit, I recognize that foot."
Oh yeah, that looks like.
And that let's talk about a little bit what happens.
Okay.
They something's going on with the ship.
Yeah.
That they're in.
Sounds like they overloaded it.
It does. Something's going on with the ship, and that kind of leads me to believe that they were human traffickers. That ship might not have been theirs.
Right. Yeah, because they weren't sure.
They definitely didn't know how to operate it. And they weren't following the instructions on it because they did overload it by quite a bit, and it ended up costing them part of their entire cargo. They had to jettison it.
Mm-hmm.
So they fucked up, and they had to jettison their cargo, and they found the first inhabitable planet that they could find.
Right.
In case something happened, or I guess so they didn't have to wear spacesuits when they went out on it or something.
Well, I got more of the impression of it was the first available planet, and
it was the first available habitable planet because the galaxy or the universe is so sparse and big, and there's so many planets, and the likelihood of one of them being habitable is so one in a trillion.
That's what I'm saying is that
they had been there before.
Probably. They probably had dropped
before.
off cargo there before. But what I'm saying is that the girls in the pins, or in that one, in the coop, as you called it, weren't what they were really after. They didn't give a shit about those girls. They wanted the ones in the pods. That was their real cargo, because the girls in the pods were fine. They weren't affected by the cold. They weren't affected by the hunger. They probably would have eventually.
They wanted to find a place that it wasn't chance. It couldn't have been chance. Anybody who actually, I mean, as far as the plot goes and the author goes, I don't know how into sci-fi she is, or how into space she is. But the likelihood of them just falling onto them, just dumping them on a planet that has a breathable atmosphere, is outrageously sparse.
That's true. That's so true.
It's like 1 in a billion trillion whatever. They knew that place was there. They dumped them there just in case the hull got compromised, and they had to breathe.
Mm-hmm.
That was they were extra, but that doesn't mean they were cheaper, right?
That's true. Yeah,
they wanted to keep them alive if they could.
Yeah.
So they jumped them on a planet they knew had an atmosphere.
That makes sense.
They knew for a fact they had to come back, and they did.
They did come back.
They did come back in a certain amount of time because they knew that atmosphere would only keep them alive for so long. They would die.
I didn't even make that connection.
They knew they would die.
Okay.
They were like,
because,
we got about a week. We have to come back and get this. Otherwise, everything on this is going to be dead, including the chicks that are in the pods. So anyway, they dump them off on this planet.
Okay, and they crash land.
They crash land, and by some miracle, they weren't destroyed in the crash landing. Because they absolutely fucking should have been.
But I mean, she had a broken wrist. Liz's leg was busted.
They should have been pulped.
2 girls broke their necks.
There was 2 girls died in the crash. Yeah, but I feel like it was controlled in some way. There's no way that they would have just dumped a container.
Well, but if you remember, what was her name? Kira. She said they were obviously entering in atmosphere before they dropped it off. They were trying to get as close to the ground as possible.
They swung in and dumped it and flew off. They didn't just jettison it and let it. So they definitely controlled it as much as possible. But I mean, even in that controlled situation, 2 people died.
Yeah.
So it is kind of realistic.
Not only did 2 people die, but
everybody got hurt.
And everybody got hurt. So
and that was kind of cool too. Not that it happened in books,
but it's realistic.
It was realistic, yeah.
You would expect it.
Everybody was fucked up because nobody was strapped in.
No, right. They were just...
Yeah, they're just bouncing around in there, and they lost consciousness immediately.
Which makes sense.
They woke up and found out what was wrong with them.
Right.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I really liked that. The part that... the part that I was just unrealistic to me, and I just had to get past it, was the fact that she was able... The fact that she was wearing a spacesuit kind of helped it out. But the fact that she was just able to leave that pod and leave them there and go out and be in that environment, she acted like it was like absolute freaking like
frigid
Antarctica type weather.
I got more of probably like Alaskan wilderness vibe. That's how I took it. Like,
everybody got very cold very quick.
Very cold very quick, but the girls in the space hutch in the cargo who didn't leave didn't get frostbite. They were just cold.
It must have just been they didn't get frostbite.
No, the girls who went out looking for the one who ran off got frostbite.
They all had issues.
Well,
they all got very cold. They didn't have a fire.
Right.
But yeah, it was cold. It must not have been like Antarctica cold. It must not have been like -30 cold. Because if it was, she would have come back and they would have all been frozen to death. They would have been dead.
Yeah, after
it must have just been pretty cold. Too cold to be out in it.
Too cold to be out in it in pajamas.
I wouldn't have even been surprised if it was like 30 degrees outside and she still came back and found him dead.
Right.
It is hard to stay alive in that kind of cold. It is, especially since they were already beaten up. They were already suffering from whatever toxic chemical was in the air.
Yeah.
I was, and that was another part about it that kind of made me like, that I kind of liked about the book is the tension that she's like out there with this alien bore-assing around while everybody she came up there with is actively dying.
Yeah.
You didn't know what kind of condition they were going to be in when she got back.
No, and neither did she.
Yeah.
And she says that.
Yeah, and she just kind of like...
But I also think that her reaction to the entire situation was very realistic.
It
was easy. It was easy to be like, yes, please keep me warm, feed me, take care of me.
Yeah.
And kind of fall into a lull.
An empty sack to stand up. She can't save them if she's dead. So.
No, but what I mean is that, obviously she went out of the hole to go and try and find help or food or whatever.
Well, she never stopped making it her priority.
No, she didn't.
Which was kind of cool. I like that about her character. You want to talk about this alien she meets by chance?
What was his name? Vexen or Veclor? Or...
Yeah, we can look it up. We're going to. That doesn't really matter to me.
So he's blue.
I liked the fact that she made this alien an alien. He's not just some hot dude with horns.
I got Avatar vibes.
I did too. I got serious Avatar. It was definitely Avatar inspired.
When did Avatar come out? Because this book was published in 2015.
Oh, they came out before that.
Did it?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm looking it up. Avatar.
Yeah, it was definitely Avatar inspired. I saw
it came out. Avatar came out in 2022.
Yeah, no,
no. 2009.
Yeah.
The second one came out.
She had just seen Avatar, and
she's like, this tickled my pickle in a way that I didn't realize it could.
A smut book about it. But she made sure and make enough changes to that alien that she wasn't just straight up fucking ripping off Avatar. She put him in a different environment.
That's true.
She gave them different attributes. Ish. I liked the fact that she made this character. He wasn't necessarily soft to the touch. He had things about him that were not human.
Right.
He had hard edges on him in places.
I was gonna say he was soft to the touch though, because she does say suede a lot.
Suede, like he had fur. He was leathery.
Yes.
But he was not soft.
Right.
And
because he describes her as soft a lot.
He had like a lot of bony parts on him. He had horns. He had a tail.
Mm-hmm.
He was different than her, like physiologically different.
Mm-hmm.
He did have the girl toy penis.
Oh yeah.
The girl straight up freaking like she's like, yeah, that looks like it.
Yeah, that's a vibrator.
She had a girl toy penis, even down to the freaking rabbit nub.
Hey,
I'm surprised it didn't vibrate.
I mean, he kind of vibrated the entire time, so...
It might have had something to do with it. I like the symbiote. I like the symbiote aspect of it.
Symbiote. I don't know what that word means.
His symbiote that he had in his chest. His cootie,
that's what I thought you meant.
Cootie.
His parasite.
Yeah, his parasite. It was not a parasite. It was a symbiote. The difference. They had a symbiotic relationship. You have bacteria in your guts doing things for you right now.
I know, but I don't have to think of it.
I
don't have to enter it into my body through a cut of my neck.
It wasn't a parasite. It was a symbiote. It kept its host alive and benefited its host and made it so that they can live in that environment. And in return, it just kind of asked to just chill. And it even, it gave them, superpowers and shit, too. Like cool little shit that it was able to do. It was really cool. It was cool. It wasn't attractive. It was definitely a Star Trek ripoff. because they have those worm-like symbiotes in Star Trek.
Oh, do they? I wouldn't know. I've never.
The cool thing about the ones in Star Trek is that I'm glad she didn't do that in this. I'm glad she didn't just completely rip it off. They're more grub-like. They're a lot bigger. They stay in the stomach. But the thing about those symbiotes is they live like I've never seen one die of old age. I'm not sure that they die, but they live from host to host. So when their host gets old and dies, or
they just
something
transfer.
happens to them, they take them out. They put them in another host. But the cool thing about that is when they go to the next host, the host has all the memories from every other person that it's ever been in.
That's cool.
Yeah, they're called. Oh shit, I can't remember.
I wouldn't know either way. You could make up a name right now, and I'd be like, oh.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know any different.
If anybody can think of it, your mom's probably watching. She probably knows.
Yeah, maybe.
But anyway, they didn't do that.
No.
It's like it's like a little worm deal that they have in their chest, and it keeps them warm and takes care of them and helps them to breed, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
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 But this guy, like every other supernatural being in this book, fucker's 7 feet tall, because you chicks like them tall, man. You like them tall.
Be able to
outrageously tall. Outrageously
well,
large.
I mean,
He was
in
huge.
it made a lot more sense in this book than any other one because he was an alien.
Yeah. Well, I mean, alien, paranormal.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. You chicks like him tall. And he was a cool dude, and I feel like it was super justified in this book. She made a lot of tropes work in this book.
Yeah.
Because they were a hunter-gatherer society.
Yep.
The guys were doing what they do.
Yep. Well, and they didn't have. It's not like women were less. They just didn't have any. They
didn't have any women. The women who were there, they were doing what hunter-gatherers do. They were a hunter-gatherer society. When they got back, the women were the healers. The women were the ones taking care of the kids. The women were the one basically running everything while they were gone.
Right.
Because they stayed gone most of the time. They were out hunting most of the time.
Yeah.
And the women just kind of like ran the show back at the cave whenever they were out running around. But they didn't have any... it gave me the impression that they never really had very many. Which would have made sense because they were on a spaceship.
Yeah.
Which may or may not have been military.
Right.
So the ratio was probably pretty close.
Right.
So yeah, the origin story for that race was pretty cool. The way she did that, she's like, well, these people aren't from here either.
Right.
She made a lot of things that would have normally been like, yeah, right, dude.
Made sense.
It's like, well, here's this other cave, and these people have been here for hundreds of years, and it only takes a few generations for you to just completely fucking not remember what happened before you.
I would three. I would say 3 generations.
It takes 3 generations of not having technology to completely fucking forget technology.
Not having technology, not having written history.
Yeah.
If everything is word of mouth, then things can be easily changed. So it makes sense.
And also, they had the people who crash landed there had resigned themselves to the fact that they were not getting rescued. Their rescue beacon was malfunctioning.
Yeah.
They had resigned themselves to the fact that they were staying there.
They got to make it work.
Once they had only been there for a week, and they did have access to a computer and shit. So they had only been there a week, and somehow or another, one of them found one of these symbiotes and was able to bond with it.
Yeah.
By some miracle.
I bet if I had to place a bet, it would be they found the biggest source of food they could find.
Yeah.
Because Liz at the end says it's just like a giant deer.
Yeah.
And they probably ate something that had one of those
or brought it back to the ship and had it analyzed, and they're like, well, this thing is going to keep you alive. That's
right.
what I'm saying. They had access to that ship.
So they knew. They were able
Yeah.
to, and then it just made sense. You just get farther away from that
Yeah.
cave, that
And
ship,
it became less scientific and more tribal knowledge, and everybody just knew that when somebody was born, they were going to have to put one of these symbiotes in it, or it was going to die.
Right.
Which was really cool. And so it went from being scientific to being tribal knowledge, which happens a lot.
Yep.
Back and forth. We do that a lot as a society. And they just realized that at some point, we're not getting off of this planet.
Mm-hmm.
Why keep that kind of information around? We're not escaping, and they can't.
Yeah, where are we gonna go? How are we gonna go anywhere?
It's not just that. It's just once they get that symbiote in them, they have to be on that planet because the symbiote adjusts them to that planet's atmosphere.
Oh, that's right.
They can't leave.
Well,
so why would they even pursue it, right? So they're just like, okay, we might as well hunker down and try to make a life for ourselves, and that's what they did. They weren't stupid.
No.
They weren't they were barbarians in name only, really.
And what they had to do.
Just that they didn't have technology.
Right.
But none of them were dumb.
Mm-mm.
It was a really cool little tribe. There was like some contention between them. But it really kind of, like, if it was a tropical area, it would have been just like...
Well, if it's a tropical area, she wouldn't have really needed to go find help. It wouldn't have been so,
Yeah. A lot of shit fell in her lap, and you just kind of have to,
but sometimes life works that way.
Let that go as okay, it's a plot device. Just like, you don't have to pick apart everything in a book.
Well,
that wouldn't have happened. It's not
plot,
fucking Star Wars.
It's a plot device in a book that's 188 pages.
Yeah, it was. That's what I'm saying. You have like all of these things that you can assume are true about this book because she wrote it into the book.
Yep.
She just wrote it. She's like, well, this is the way it is, bro, and this is why.
Okay. There you go.
And you can just make as many speculations about that as you want to, and that's why I watch things like Star Trek, because you don't really know how the warp drive works in Star Trek.
Something I do like about this book a lot is how, and I think you might agree with me on this, is how the women were just so willing to be like, at least we're not cattle. We're gonna get taken care of by...
That was another thing that I liked about this book. Is it really... The women in this book were very realistic. Because what women do is they're like, okay, this is horrible. This is slightly less horrible, and this sucks a little.
Yep.
Okay, we're gonna die. We may end up having to hook up with some dudes to stay alive, but we're gonna die. Or possibly be eaten. Hook up with some dudes to stay alive.
Yep.
And that's just like, and a lot of times, women like to act like that's not how they are.
No, it's totally how you are.
But it's super actually how they are. They are just like, okay, we've got to do what you got to do. You got to do, and women are like, guys aren't always like that.
No.
We are not always.
I feel like women are always like that. Like, well,
women are always like, well, it's a shit sandwich. Let's eat it.
I
Boom,
guess.
Off you go.
I guess I'm gonna end up barefoot and pregnant.
Yeah, exactly. Better than dead.
Better than
dead. You guys are really good at making the most of a bad situation, and they almost, and I would have said that the girls that had been in stasis wouldn't have made that choice that soon, but they would have.
Yeah,
they would have. They're like, oh, if you don't take this symbiote,
you're gonna die.
You're dead.
Yeah,
you're dead. Okay.
Put it in.
I'll deal with the aftermath later.
The fact that they got him out of stasis, they were kind of freaking out, and then they got that warning bell that they were fucking coming back to get them, and they're like, "Where's the knives? Let's get these trackers out of our arms. Let's go."
Yeah. They're just like, all right,
all of them. What I think the quote was like, and the knives came out quickly or something.
But, yeah, exactly. But it's like, if you guys are in a comfortable situation, you'll take forever to make a decision.
Oh yeah.
But if you're
What do you
not
want
if you're not in a comfortable situation, you're like, nope.
What do you want for dinner?
Do what you gotta do.
I don't know. What do you want?
Yeah, it wasn't a what do you want for dinner situation. It was like, do you choose death or rape?
Wait. It's cake or death.
Yeah.
Cake or death.
But it's just like, nope. Let's do it.
All right. I guess I'm.
Deal with it later.
Guess I'm getting a worm in my neck.
But the thing about it is that, and another thing I liked about this book is that the main character, Georgia, she really, the guy that came and saved her was a good dude.
Yeah, well, he was
from a race of good dudes.
He was the leader of their people.
Yeah,
they had a good set of values.
Race of good dudes. They had a good society.
Yeah,
they did. And I thought that was a little bit sketch how they met. That was a little sketch. It was a little weird.
Oh, like, well, I mean, she's caught in his trap, and so then he like takes her into a cave to inspect what she is.
She becomes unconscious at some point.
Well, it's like not long after she gets thrown up and she loses consciousness.
She loses consciousness, yeah.
And so
she wakes up
with him eating her out.
Yeah.
Like she was dinner.
That was a little sketch. That was a little weird. That was a little, as far as like consent goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And he was lucky that she was like down for it. She was just like, you know what, this might as well.
But at some point she did try to kick him away and hurt herself.
Yeah, but she was like, all right, yeah, that's all right. I'm down with that. But yeah, at some point she's like, nah, dude, nah. And then hurt herself trying to get away. And then he got mad because she hurt herself trying to get away. Yeah, but he just, I mean, you can kind of like write that off as a, like a different culture. Different culture didn't have, He didn't mean her any harm. He wasn't trying to like force himself on her or anything. Well, and realistically, to him and his culture, that was his fucking wife.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Is that her, his shit started to resonate as soon as he fucking saw her.
He didn't even.
He was confused, so that's what happened.
That's just what happens with them. Their little symbiote goes off, and they're like, okay, well, I guess this is my wife.
But then you get kind of the other side of that at the end of the book when she finally gets hers.
She's like, oh yeah,
and she's like, all I can focus right now is how much I want to fuck you. So we gotta go. We've got to get out of here.
That's what I'm saying. That it kind of got explained away at the end why he acted the way he did, because she got a demonstration of it herself, and she's like, oh, okay, I get it now. I get it. Whereas she didn't through the whole thing. But I lost my train of thought. It just went away.
Him eating her out in the cave. Their first meeting. That's what kind of where we get.
I know what I was going to say.
Here we go.
She, like, in the shitty situation that she was in, she kind of, like, made out like a bandit.
Oh, yeah.
She made out like a bandit.
Yes, she did.
She found, like, the best race of aliens that she could possibly have found in that situation. Like, he could have just freaking, oh, well, okay, she's different, ugly, and gross. I wonder what she tastes like.
Right.
And ate her. And it comes at the end of it.
The only thing that saved her was that fucking...
She kind of made out like a bandit. But the only thing about it, and this is the way people are, it's not just women, it's the way people are. The only thing about it that left a bad taste in her mouth is the fact that she felt like she did not have a choice.
And she explained that, though.
Yeah. She was like, you know what? This is starting to seem pretty good. It's starting to seem like something I'm going to want to be involved in. I really like this dude.
But she knew.
Not just because I have to.
She knew. You kind of got the vibe before they even made it back to the rest of the girls. She was like, I'm going to end up staying here. She goes, but I can't commit to that.
But the only thing that was really bothering her is the fact that she didn't feel like she had a choice.
Yeah.
And then once she realized that...
Nobody did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she never really got a choice. She never really had a choice.
No, she was staying there. He wasn't going to let her leave,
and another
regardless.
Cool thing about it that I liked is that once she found out she was gonna have a baby, she's like, well, I really don't have a choice now.
Oh yeah.
She's like, I'm not gonna like leave and.
What are you gonna do? Have a blue baby somewhere? Shit.
That immediately dies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was not doing that. She was going. She was staying there, and she had no reason to leave. She had a cool husband, cool place.
Though I wonder if she was actually pregnant. They just said that it resonates because they can get them pregnant.
But that's even beside the point. Even if she wasn't actually pregnant,
she knew that she could have been.
She knew she could have been, and then she made her decision on the spot. She was just like, you know what? I could be pregnant. I could be having a baby with this guy. He deserves for me to stay here with him and have this baby.
Which is kind of what happens a lot in real life.
It wasn't like that though. That she wasn't just sticking around because
no. I mean,
but she's like, I'm gonna have a baby now, so I have to make grown-up decisions.
Yep.
Weird.
Kind of how things go.
But she knew that it didn't matter what the fuck happened. She had a good dude that was gonna take care of her and take care of their baby, and she didn't have to worry about any of that crap. She just had like the perfect situation thrown in her lap. Which is really bizarre because she went from being like put in a situation that was completely out of her control against her will and horrible.
Yeah.
It's a horrible worst case scenario. To kind of like happy ending in the end in 188 pages.
Yeah, it was.
With smut.
With good smut.
This chick knocked this book out of the park.
And the fact, one of the other things that like gets me on this is that they both can have they're resonating with each other. They want to bang. They stop in the middle of banging because that fuced ship flies overhead, and they and that's a totally realistic thing too. You're like,
I saw that. that happened, but then I also looked down and saw that I was on 95%, and I was like, "There's nothing's gonna come from that."
No.
Yeah, something that's gonna take care of itself, and it did. And I don't think that in her original draft it probably did. They probably had some kind of an altercation that just that may have like either went too dark or just took up space or just didn't seem like it fit.
Probably.
And so, like at the end, they just kind of disregarded those other aliens, and you know what? It could have just as easily went that way.
Right. They cut their loss. Yeah.
They showed up. They looked for the trackers. They found them
where they were not.
And they looked around. They're like, those bitches are dead. And they got back in their ship, and they cut their losses, and they left.
Which is realistic.
Yeah. So yeah, it could have just as easily went that way.
So.
It didn't have to turn into some big out and out battle with those guys.
No.
Which and you know what? I didn't want to see those aliens, whatever I don't remember their names. Something coup. I didn't want to see any of them die for that. I didn't want to see.
Oh, like the monkey ones?
No, I'm talking about the ones that saved them. Those guys.
Oh yeah.
I didn't want to see them die in an altercation.
No, like you don't want to.
And you know what? That might have been what made her decide to end it that way, because those guys they kind of like went above and beyond. They're like, he came back and he's like, okay, we got these women over here. We got to go save them. We got to go take care of them. We got to everybody's got to load up. And they all just went, all right. They got up. They did their duty. They went and got some stuff. They collected some stuff. They're like, all right, man, let's go save these chicks. And they all went out. I don't feel like any of them deserved to die for that.
No.
And they absolutely would have.
Yeah. Someone would have died.
There would have been a bunch of them that just got straight up wiped out because their technology wasn't advanced enough.
Right.
There were a bunch of them that got mowed down, and they didn't. I assumed that since she made 20 more of these books, that every one of those characters was going to be required in her follow-up books. So she definitely didn't want to kill a bunch of them off.
So, which kind of leads me into my next point of why I would want to read another one. And the more that we've talked about this one, the more I think I probably started the next one, but did not get very far. Because the only two characters I was really interested in, besides Georgia, of course, was Liz and Kira, I don't know, whatever her name is. So I would want to read their stories, and then,
But that is Liz's story in the very next one.
which is why I think I probably would have started it.
She seemed like she was a pretty cool chick too.
Yeah.
Like she was like I don't know where she said she was from. Maybe Texas.
I think somewhere, I don't remember,
Somewhere where she was able to hunt and fish and stuff
because
like
I think I remember, and I mean, I'm sorry, because I know you're reading the second one. I think she goes out with what's his nuts to hunt. Like, she convinces him to give her a bow and arrow.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, she's definitely not getting drug out in the woods against her will.
No.
She wasn't that chick.
No. So.
But it would be interesting because that guy seemed like he had a much different personality than.
He's very more brutish, more.
He's more gruff.
Brute.
Yeah.
He's a brute.
Brutish. He was like their best hunter.
Yeah.
She really kind of set herself up to put him, and she absolutely did it on purpose too.
Well, I mean, Liz would have run over any of the other ones.
She needed somebody a little more enemies to lovers.
Yes.
Which these guys, and that's probably what it ends up being, like a competition type thing or an enemies to lovers type deal, which was cool. Because this one was not.
No,
this
was
Fated Mates.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't know about Fated Mates, but.
An alarm goes off in his chest when he meets somebody.
Okay.
Why is that not Fated Mates?
Okay, it is.
But I feel like in this book, compared to something like, what was that book that we read about the artist, the serial killer artist?
There Are No Saints.
There Are No Saints. This book had a lot to say, man.
It.
This book had a lot
We
to
definitely
say.
we have a lot more to say about this book than we did for There Are No Saints.
That was going to be my point.
Oh.
We walked away from this book having read it in 2 hours for me, 1 hour for you.
Yeah.
But having read it in 2 hours, we walked away with this book with something to talk about.
Yeah.
And that other one, we're just kind of like, there were spots in it. But,
Yeah.
But realistically, it was about 100 pages too long.
Yeah.
It's 100 pages too long.
Just
for what it was.
Just wait till you read Taming Seraphine.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. I don't like crap like that, man.
I know you don't.
I didn't like the middle of Quicksilver got a little slow. I didn't like it. Fourth Wing got redundant in a bunch of parts. I didn't like it. I was like, dude, you could have just shaved 100 pages off this book and saved everybody the misery of having to read it. It would have been fine. It would have been fine. Everybody would have still read it. And you know what? They would have been happier about it. They wouldn't have had that, long lull in the middle of the book that everybody had to go through. And, oh, really? They're making out again? Jesus Christ.
Blah, blah, blah. No.
Yeah, I get it, dude. Satan's awesome. I get it. You don't have to keep telling me over and over and over about how you feel about each other, man. In the same way. Almost the same sentence verbatim. Over and over and over again. She had chapters in Fourth Wing where I was like, didn't I just read this chapter?
Like, wait a second.
It's just filler shit, man.
Yeah.
Ice Planet Barbarians had no filler.
Nope.
None.
It was a very well written essay.
Yeah. Nothing was. She didn't say anything that she didn't. She might have left some stuff out where I'm just like, where'd that come from? But she really didn't even do that.
Mm-mm.
She left a lot of things purposely vague, and I was going to bring that up.
But I mean, it had to be 180 pages.
100. Yeah, she left the sci-fi part out. She more or less she's like, I got to figure out a way to get
This is fucking an alien book. How do I get them there?
But I liked a lot of the stuff. A lot of the sci-fi was a little bit unbelievable, but a lot of it wasn't. I've seen it happen way too many times in sci-fi for me to sit here and pick it apart. Because sci-fi magic, same as any other kind of magic.
Just the same as any kind of other fantasy or fiction.
It's the exact same thing. Only instead of magic, it's technology.
Right.
So yeah, they can explain it away because you know what, sci-fi magic. Okay, I'll buy it. Whatever, man. If it makes it convenient for you to write the book, fine. I'll eat it. Whatever. And I could have like, it makes me not in this book. In this book, it wouldn't have been appropriate. It wouldn't have been. It would have just like, she didn't have enough time. She didn't have enough time. But it made me want to read a book that does have a lot more sci-fi.
Right. And that is what we called mood reading.
Focus more on the sci-fi part of it.
Mood reading.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that's what that is.
Well, that's how I interpret it.
But that's kind of what I wanted going into this book, is to have some more sci-fi, some more technology references.
Yeah.
A world built on that. It's not what this was.
No.
Just because that's not what it was didn't mean it was bad. It was a good book. I liked it. It wasn't super heavy. People went through some traumatic stuff, but it wasn't like.
It wasn't unrealistic.
It wasn't triggering per se.
No.
Not a lot of it was. Some of it was. But even the triggering stuff, she kept it kind of light.
Yeah, didn't go into graphic detail.
No. There were a few things that just, like, she had to put in there just to make it seem,
make it make sense.
Yeah, make it make sense. But, Paris, he's going apeshit up there. Mm-hmm. But, it was just too light of a book to get that heavy into it. But if I would like to see, I'd like to read one of these novels that is more like a space opera.
We would have to
world building.
To be honest, we would have to do some like really, I don't want to say heavy research, but
you're gonna have to do some.
You're gonna have to comb through a lot of them.
Bark up the wrong tree a lot of times.
Yep.
But one thing I've noticed that guys that write male romance writers.
Mm-hmm. Which are few and far between.
That are few and far between. They do write a lot of sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not good. It's just not good.
I wonder if that's part of... My rug's all wet. I wonder if that's part of... Because technology is so advanced now that it's hard to imagine more technology.
No, there's not good writers.
Oh, okay.
You have to like. It's like this used to be like this in tattooing, but it's not anymore. Where you have like, there's so many writers out there. Okay, now you have to take all the writers that exist. Half of them suck. Okay, so now you got this many.
Okay.
All right, now you got to have the writers that write smut. More than half of them suck. You cut that in half. Okay, so now you got this many. Now all of the writers that write smut, dudes. Okay, so now you got this many. Okay, there's just a few of them.
Yeah.
And then you've got to take all those guys that are writing, and then
find a good one.
A guy that wrote a sci-fi book. Okay, so now you got about 10 of them. What's the likelihood that one of those 10 guys is a good writer?
I don't. It's not.
And that used to be like that with tattooing, because you'd have to like take the number of tattoo artists that are out there, and then cut them down to the number that are women. Which it used to be. It's not like that anymore. But it used to be that for every 100 tattoo people that were out there, like 4 or 5 of them were women.
Yeah.
Because tattoo machines, what I'm speculating is that it wasn't that there weren't good female tattoo artists. Tattoo machines are heavy.
Yeah.
They used to be. It used to be not uncommon to have a tattoo machine that weighed 1.5 pounds.
Right. I remember.
And so it's just hard for women to do art in that situation, because you have to be strong.
Yeah.
But as soon as tattoo machines got lighter,
women
are just like boom on the scene.
Yeah.
And so you're just seeing like tons and tons of amazing tattoo artists that are women now. And it really kind of, I'm like, oh, that's right. Because now that they can hold a freaking tattoo machine, you can see what they can do.
Yeah.
And one thing that I realized about art in general is women are immaculate realism artists.
Right.
They
We
can
had this
they
conversation.
can tattoo what they see better than anybody.
Like portrait.
Yeah, they're really good. Now, as far as like drawing from memory, or doing like traditional stuff or art in general, they're just in the same. They're in the same
Yeah.
boat as everybody else. Either they can do it or they can't. Just like anybody, you know. But as far as like being able to draw what they see, that's it's been my experience from what I've seen so far. They really excel in that, and it's really kind of put them on the map here lately with these new tattoo machines that are just like, it's just like a pen.
Yeah.
So they just do whatever they want with it.
Yeah.
And it's really cool. I mean, do you think that Mo would have been able to just like
No. No,
just
she had a
take off as
coil.
a tattoo artist? She'd had to build up wrist strength.
Yeah. She would have had
That
a
was
coil
like
machine.
that was something that I had to do whenever I started tattooing, is I had to build up wrist strength so that I could hold a tattoo machine for 6 hours. Even as a dude.
Yeah.
I'm not the burliest dude in the world, but it was just a hurdle that you had to overcome. That it's just like it was difficult.
I'd have to learn how to draw first.
And it was like a perfect storm of shit. You had to know how to draw. You had to know how to work on your machine.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you had to be able to work on your machine. If you couldn't keep your machine going, you couldn't tattoo.
Kind of. I mean, you still work on the one you have.
Not really. I bore ass around with it a little bit sometimes. But the way it is now, machines are so inexpensive now, and if it stops working, throw it away and get another one.
That's true.
You don't have to sit there and piddle around with your coils and clean it and polish it and adjust it and dick with it. That shut down a lot of tattoo artists. There's a lot of tattoo artists that are just like, man, my machine never works, and they were just constant. They did more machine buying than they did tattooing because machine maintenance was so complicated. It was a machine. It was a little machine that you had to keep going. That was exposed to like the elements and crap all the time.
Looked like you were cleaning a gun.
It was, you had to be, and that was one of the things that you had to do whenever you became an apprentice back then. Is you had to be able to take your machine down you had to tear it apart, and put it back together,
Yeah, no.
and tune it. None of that now.
Nope.
You get to just skip to the easy part, and I'm not
Get
I'm
to
not
the
bitter
good
about it.
part.
Why should you have to do that crap if you don't enjoy it? It's become more about the art and less about the technical side of it.
Yeah, which is
And
great.
There's no losers in that. It's
No.
people who normally wouldn't have been able to tattoo because they aren't good at fixing shit. Why should you have to be able to fix shit in order to do art? It's bizarre. And
Well,
it was a good way for men to gatekeep the tattoo industry because it was they were already kind of mechanical.
yeah, they knew how to fix shit.
Some of them, to fix shit. So it was a good way to get them to like kind of keep. You guys aren't good at this.
No.
Now that's not even the case anymore. They can just like, oh, okay, this looks like it's a nice machine. Try it out. It works. Off they go.
Yep.
If it stops working, throw it away. Get another one.
Yep.
Anyway. I'm gonna get off my soapbox.
You're tattooing soapbox.
But that's back to the point is that the likelihood of a guy that's good at writing romance making a good sci-fi book it's nil.
Yeah.
It's nil.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody can get on here and make a comment. Maybe somebody has read a good sci-fi smut book. It doesn't have to be by a guy.
No. Hell, I'd like it if somebody who just wasn't me was sharing the video.
I'd like it if anybody shared anything at all.
Throwing it out there.
But it's definitely like giving me some homework on like how to like what books we're gonna talk about. Like if I want it'd be a book that's a little more exciting for me to read if it's sci-fi.
Yeah.
I definitely don't want to talk about like college romance. I don't.
You won't see me read another college romance unless it's with Stinky Wink. I just don't have, and that was one of the reasons why I looked into Daggermouth, is because both of the main characters are in their 30s. Because I just can't.
It's hard to write a book. It's hard to write a book about somebody who has a kid
Right.
or is in their 30s and just went through a divorce. There's a lot more baggage to unpack in a short amount of time in those books, and it's not a lot of that shit's not romantic, man. Changing diapers does not give you lustful thoughts.
Nope. Nope.
It's just everybody's covered in poop all the time.
Someone's always tired. There was a book I read a long time ago, and it was. I'm scrolling through my books I've read to see if I can find it. It kind of had that, like, unpacking of not romantic shit. Because it was of a girl who was going through a divorce and had also lost, like, her aunt or someone she's really close to, so she inherited that house. So she's having to go through this house while going through a divorce and then, like, dealing with...
What was it?
I don't remember what the title... It's, like, In the Berg or something. It was like a rom-com-esque romance novel.
I'm sure they exist. Because, I mean, people write about what they know.
So, it was so long ago, I hadn't even started using Goodreads yet. So, it was before 2019.
I think it'd be very interesting for us to kind of, like, delve into romance novels that are within a genre of the place we are in life. like being, because I meet a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Because you're tattooers.
And the fact that they're getting the tattoo that they're getting opens them up to tell me stories about things that are happening in their life.
Right.
And I think it would be interesting to read, like, a romance novel about, like, a woman who is in her 40s.
Uh-huh.
Has grown children. Is perimenopausal.
Yeah.
Sick of romance shit, they get divorced. It happens every fucking day.
You're not gonna find that in, like, a fan. That is definitely, like,
that's
real life.
That's the opener, okay?
Yeah.
That's something they talk about in the first couple paragraphs of the first chapter. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
It sets it up. So now she doesn't have any children anymore that she has to take care of. So that gets rid of, like, your thing where you hate women getting pregnant. She doesn't have any children to take care of. She can interact with them. That'd be cool, right?
Yeah.
But they're
I mean, I don't have... Let me...
That sort of thing is a romance killer, right?
Let me just say that I'm not opposed to women getting pregnant. What I hate is to be reading, like, a fantasy novel where you have... And then the female main character gets pregnant... And then it completely changes. I mean, as it would, the female main character for the rest of the series. She then becomes a side
She's
character.
A side character after that.
Yeah, she is not the main character anymore. That's what I don't like. There are some books I've read where the female main character gets pregnant but continues to be the main character. Maybe she's maybe a lot more careful. Maybe she, like, accepts help a lot more often or protection or something like that. But she remains that main character. Yeah. That's what I do enjoy.
But that rarely happens.
But that's what kind of gets me into jumping back to Ice Planet Barbarians, which is the second. That is one of the reasons why I would read one of the, like, spin-offs in this 20-book series, just to see how
what happens to her and how they handle her.
How they handle her being pregnant, and what that looks like. And because I am curious about that, I would read that. But, you know, it's not because my whole thing is that when a pregnancy trope means that it is a plot device to get rid of that female main character. That's what I don't like.
That's trash.
But it happens all the time.
But I don't feel like it is a plot device to get rid of that. I think that that's like twofold. They may be forced to get rid of that character.
I would venture to say that in, like, if Jasmine Moss was more into heavy petting in her books that in the next, not Bonds of Hercules, but I could see her doing that to Hercules in
Hercules having a baby.
Hercules getting pregnant and being sidelined.
That's why she's dragging it out as long as she is, so she doesn't have to get her, so she can get a few books out with this.
But that's what I'm saying, because she's introducing Medusa, and I could easily see it where she gets sidelined and Medusa becomes, and that's the shit I hate, because it's like, don't write these books where I am invested in this character and want to see what happens to this character, and then just fucking like have them walk the plank. Like, I hate that shit.
I think that's trash anyway. It's trash anyway.
I figured I needed to
write a woman off because she had a baby.
I don't know, but it happens all the time. But that's my point.
It's not sexy. We talked about that before, where I was like sitting there going, why do all these chicks hate their parents or their orphans? How come none of these women have parents?
Because daddy.
And I googled it, and Google AI said, well, dude, it's hard to put a woman in a new situation.
When she's loving.
I was talking to the guys at work or at the shop about this. It's hard to put a woman in a new situation where she's willing to abandon everything she knows if she has good parents.
Yeah, because you have that support system.
Yeah,
and when you don't have a support system, which is fucking ice trucker whatever that we just fucking read, none of them had support systems.
And that's something that didn't even come up. And it was something that she handled abruptly and well. She's like, well, your parents are gone, dude.
No, they did. Liz asks her, she goes, let me guess, you're 22, you're single, and you don't have any close friends or family. And she's like how'd you know? She goes, because we're all in the same boat. Yeah. You are not special.
It gives women the ick. It gives women the ick whenever they're like, why would she leave her family for this guy?
Yeah.
Unless she already hates them or they're already dead.
And you could say that going back to the roots of hunting and gathering tribes, because you have your fucking tribe.
This is something that I have said for a long time, is that if it happens a lot. Nobody's watching me. I don't care. Okay, it happens a lot with Mormons.
Okay.
What'll happen is these Mormon kids will go on their mission, and then if they're good Mormons, they remain celibate for the most part.
Right.
Until they go on their mission, right? They're supposed to save themselves for marriage.
Right.
So, but if they want to be a good Mormon, what they want to do is they're trying to save themselves for marriage, but they're still a dude.
Right.
So they become like a little Robert, and they like...
Don't say that.
They want to jump on the first thing they can get their hands on.
Yeah.
And get married and have children because they're a dude.
Because they want to bang.
They want to bang.
Yeah.
They want to go about it the right way.
Right.
But
they
aren't super picky.
Yeah.
Now I'm not gonna say that these guys don't end up with women that they belong with, because they do. I've never seen. I don't know any Mormons that have gotten divorced.
I'm gonna say your brother's a good.
Yeah, he's a good dude. He's got a good family.
Yeah.
He wasn't even like that. He went on his mission late.
Right. Well, I know, but didn't he meet Jennifer?
Yeah, he did.
While
he met her on his mission. But this is another example of what happens when these guys go on these missions, where their wife lives in Arizona and they live in Maine. Okay.
Yeah.
What's going to happen?
He's moving to Arizona.
Motherfucker's moving to Arizona. if that chick, and she's a Mormon too.
Yep.
So she's got brothers there. She's got sisters there. She's got loving parents there.
Yep.
That chick is not going anywhere.
Yep.
Dude is moving to Arizona, and he better hope she likes his mom. Because if she does not like his mom, dude is staying there and never seeing his family. He has been abducted. Because that's what women do. They put their guy where they are. They never leave their family.
I have seen so many things about this as being a mom of boys, where you realize as a mom of boys that
you're not the good mom.
you
You're
are
not the fun. Yeah,
you are not the like main grandparent.
Nobody likes the dad's mom. Nobody likes him.
You have to go out of your way and try to really make a connection.
And even then, it doesn't work.
Shut up! Don't tell me that. I've got 4 sons.
That they're being raised by their mother.
Yeah.
They're being raised by their mother, and if their mother doesn't like you, you're screwed.
I know. I am well aware that if I want to see my grandkids,
you gotta do a little networking.
Done.
Yeah.
Done. I'm just support systems.
Yeah. But that's where these things shake out, and so out of sheer laziness and convenience, they make sure these women don't have any families at the beginning of these books. So
it makes sense, though.
So that they can run off with this dude and have no qualms about it, and nobody's judging them for it.
Yep.
Because there'd be tons of girls that don't have daddy issues, sitting there reading their smut, thinking, she just left her mom. She's never gonna see her mom again. What a bitch.
Yep.
Her mom loves her.
Fuck that bitch.
Yeah, exactly. So they just make sure that everybody hates their parents or their parents are dead at the beginning of it, so they don't have to deal with that.
There you go.
But in this book that I'm thinking of, this woman in her 40s, or of course her mother's alive. Her dad might just be dead. He might have just
she still got her mom.
Still got her mom.
Yeah.
She can have a good relationship with her mother. It doesn't matter anymore.
Because she's in her 40s.
Yeah, you expect her to have. She's going through a bad divorce.
Yeah.
Or a good divorce.
She's going through a big life change.
Starting over.
Yes.
She's starting over. She meets. Doesn't matter if he's her age, older than her, or younger than her.
Yep.
Depending on what flavor you're going to spin.
Yep.
She meets a new person. Finds something in that person that she never had in her loveless marriage, that she stayed together with this guy for the kids.
Right.
And hilarity ensues, or romance
some kind
blossoms.
Of rom-com.
Something happens. Doesn't necessarily have to. It could go dark.
Ugh. Don't say that.
It could go Cujo, Stephen King dark.
You don't want it to go dark though when she's already having to like start over and all this stuff.
Oh, you chicks love that shit. You would read that.
Maybe.
You would read that. A woman who's already had a tough time and she thinks that she's found something amazing and it's not.
It'd be a good way to make me cry.
Well, I mean,
tears of
I wouldn't
anger.
write something like that because I don't. I want people to
rage.
I want happy endings in my books.
Feminine rage. So
I don't like these books where these women end up with scumbag.
A piece of shit.
Yeah, I don't dig that.
We need to decide what the next book is going to be for Spilling Majority.
Ice Road Planet Truckers 2.
I'm not doing another one.
We could always talk about that one that I'm having a hard time getting through.
Oh, Bride of Brutal Hearts.
You don't want to talk about Bride of the Serpent, Serpent's Bride, or whatever.
Serpent's Bride. We can. We kind of already did the other day.
Yeah, we didn't really delve into it.
No, we didn't.
Didn't really merit it, honestly. It's a fun book to read.
But yeah,
I didn't like it as much as I like this one.
It
was really bizarre.
Well, it left a lot of things vague because of its series, but it had the whole trope that you don't like of it's in first person, but then why don't you know about the plot?
Yeah.
About the plot twist.
That's not like a trope. That's like a.
It's
just like a
writing style.
Hole.
Yeah. So.
It's garbage writing.
So and it's like, it felt to me a little one-noted. Like it.
Well, it was like one of those things that we talked about before. When somebody gets obsessed with something, it becomes boring. The book. she like revisited that same obsession over and over and over in that book, and it just made it get a little boring, a little bit old.
Yeah, see, we did talk about this. We did talk about it in the last one.
I'm peckish. I think I'm gonna get some nachos.
Don't blame you. I mean, we're almost done. I just wanted us to kind of decide what the next book is going to be.
It's too much to ask for us to find a book that is also sci-fi that's written in third person.
Right.
A third person book is hard to find. Out of every 100 books, that 100 one of these romance novels that are written, probably 2 or 3 are in third person. Most of them are in first person.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that.
I don't know either.
Is it just easier to write from that?
It must be. It must be, because you can put yourself into the mind of your character and be that character.
And that might be like combined with the fact that a lot of these books have to do with people's feelings.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot easier to write in somebody's head that way. You can narrate that. You can narrate it if you wanted to.
You could. I am looking at my TBR currently. And there's a one that I've asked you about.
That's third person.
That's written in third person.
And what was that about?
It is dystopian.
Oh, it's post-apocalyptic.
Post-apocalyptic.
Is it post-apocalyptic, or is it just like 1984?
I'm assuming 1984, because it is not... It is not written as post-apocalyptic in its genres. Okay. It might eventually, as it like keeps going down, but it's for the first like 6 or so are dystopian or dystopia, fantasy, dark romance, romantasy, romance, enemies to lovers, dark.
That's what you get.
That's what the first. I mean, I could hit more, and it would like all of them. So,
can you select how it's written, like first or third person?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it'd be so cool if you could.
What I could do is I can get online and research like romance books written in third person and see what pops up. This one says it's an adult dystopian romance perfect for readers who love true enemies to lovers, The Hunger Games, Marriage of Inconvenience, The Handmaid's Tale, Rise of the Oppressed, and political intrigue that will keep you on the edge of your seat. So, I might just read this one on my own later. But I just don't have... Like, I've got The Serpent's Sin, which is the second one to...
Serpent's Bride.
The Serpent's Bride. I have a book called The Vengeful Gods and The Blackened Blade. Both of those are reverse harems. A book called Insatiable by, just based off the author and the cover, it's written by Leah Rivers, who wrote did she write?
I don't know what she wrote.
She has written a book that's in the hat. But I can't... Oh, Little Stranger. She's the one who wrote the one about the step siblings. We haven't read yet.
Help me, step sibling.
And then I have to like scroll down, because then I have quite a few books that aren't smut related. Forged in Blood might be a good one. I've heard good things about this one.
Forged in Blood?
Mm-hmm. It is a fantasy novel, I think. Yep. Fantasy, why choose, dark romance, romantasy, vampires. Looks like it's a university setting. Anyway. I mean, what we could do to get back on our regular scheduled programming is not pick a book today. Do some research. Aren't you tattooing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Late or not?
No, it won't be late, I don't think.
Because we could do some research tonight and tomorrow during the day.
Huh.
Pop back on tomorrow.
Sorry, I'm calling or answering text.
Business. And then from there decide what book we're going to read. So that will put us back onto our regular schedule for Spilling My Usual Tea.
It's kind of like a double-edged sword with Spilling My Usual Tea, because it's hard for me to read a book that's like 700 pages long in the time frame that you want it read in.
But because we had differing opinions on that. My goal wasn't to read a whole book in a day. My goal was to read so much of a book and then talk about whatever that section was.
Yeah, you're right.
During those videos. And you were like, I don't want to do that. But that's why you can read, if we did that with Bride of Brutal Hearts and...
Maybe we could do both. Maybe we could be like, okay, this book was only 200 pages long. We're
going to go over the whole thing.
Knock it out. But if it's longer than that, we can just like...
break it up into pieces.
Yeah.
But as of right now, because we read, and this is us still haven't really gotten into a good way of choosing books for Spilling My Usual Tea, is that we've read Ice Planet Barbarians. We don't have another book lined up. Ooh, sorry.
I can try to muscle my way through that vampire book.
Okay.
It's not horrible. It's not a bad read.
I mean...
It's just like a little boring. It's a little boring. And it might just be because I haven't got to the fun part yet.
Yeah, maybe.
Because it seems like
are they still on the road?
They haven't even arrived where they're going yet.
Yeah.
And I'm like 100 pages in.
They're building a foundation of a relationship between the three of those characters. That's what's happening.
I get it. But they couldn't have done that at the house?
No.
But I mean, it is kind of. I get it. She's like on this trip that they're making to get back to where they came from. They are exposing you to a lot of aspects of this world that she's trying to convince you exists. Firsthand. Like, oh, what's this over here? Well, that's the place where you die. Oh, okay. What's this over here? Well, this is the other place where you die. All right. Well, what's this? This is where we're gonna take a bath. Oh, don't go over there. You could die.
I mean,
yeah,
world's a scary place.
It's a lot of that world is very scary. It's almost like they live in like every ocean. It's cool that they like have like an underwater Poseidon like character that controls the ocean, and
yeah,
that was pretty cool. So yeah, it's not like I hate it. It's just oh my god, dang dude.
Can we get there?
Yeah.
Are we there yet?
There's a lot of predictability in this world.
Are we there yet?
It's an interesting world. It's predictable. A lot of the things that happen, I've seen many times.
It is a pretty predictable book. So, if you want, we can talk about. I guess the real question is are we going live tomorrow? Are we going to try? Well, that's the thing. Do we want to try and get back on a regular schedule tomorrow, or do we want to try and just reconvene on Saturday? Because I'm not sure what your schedule is. All I know is that you're busy.
Saturday's not gonna be better. Saturday would be worse. Probably have to have somebody else here for Saturday.
I mean, I can always do it by myself.
Yeah, you can, but
don't worry about me.
It's short.
No.
Like, yeah, I read it. I liked it.
Let's go.
What am I gonna read next time?
It'd be different if like people got on here and talked back to me on the comments and stuff.
Yeah,
that
we
they
don't have any real regulars on here yet,
or anybody at all.
But
I'm having fun, which is why I started this.
Yeah.
But definitely,
it is really bizarre though, because we talk like we're explaining things to somebody, and it's really
just us.
There's nobody watching it.
I mean, I think that, let me get on my, YouTube. I can tell you, analytics. That's 67 views.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. More than I thought there'd be.
I mean, one of the first video I posted on January 14th, I have 25 views on.
Oh, those first ones are rough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even sure right now we have our audio sorted out. This one might be absolute trash. We didn't have anybody confirm or deny that the audio was going to be good.
And it tells you how long people usually watch.
That's disturbing.
It really is depressing.
Yeah, well, they got there for 2.5 seconds.
One of them is, yeah. It's like a 0.02.
0.02 seconds?
Yeah.
So they just accidentally hit the button.
Yeah. They're like, fuck this shit, dude.
What's this?
I can't keep looking at this.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. I
gotta stay off of it until... Yeah. I say until I get... I gotta just stay off of it. Anyway.
Yeah, don't do that.
Ignore. So... I don't know. I deflated my own sales.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't read your reviews, man. Nobody reads their reviews.
There are no reviews to read. I just get to read...
Just stay out of that end of it. Just worry about this end of it.
And I'm just gonna read a book.
Alright, well, we'll get off here.
We're gonna, yeah.
Rolling on.
Rolling
about 20 minutes of shit you're just gonna cut out.
Oh, yeah. If I ever get... That's the thing, a lot of my videos are unedited because I can't cut down here to edit them.
You know ChatGPT will do that for you.
I don't trust ChatGPT like you do.
Try it once.
Oh, okay.
Try it once and see if... Because it won't edit it for you. But what it'll do is it watches the video, for lack of a better term, and then it tells you all the spaces where you need to cut. Like, it cuts out all the dead air, cuts out all the conversation that kind of goes sideways, and it, like, picks the parts that go well together, and it gives you a list of times that you need to cut to. And you just say, ChatGPT, I need this to be an hour. It gives you a list of how you should cut it up. And if you don't have time to mess with it, you can just get on there and do what it says. And that way you don't have to watch it.
We'll see. What I need to do is take notes during a recording. Like today, what I could have done is being like, okay, well, if you had to get up and get a drink, that timestamp, came back, so I'm going to cut out that time that you were gone. I haven't been doing that.
Sounds like a lot of work. When you
Everything is a lot of work. Hey, ChatGPT, here AI, do my job for me.
It's not a job. It's supposed to be fun.
I'm having fun. So I have fun. The two videos I have edited, I did have a good time rewatching them. Because it's just funny. It's just funny to see our bullshit. Especially when Cricket's here.
Yeah.
So, I guess...
funny.
Yeah, I guess TBH...
I think it would be a lot more funny if we gave her a chance to actually read the book. Because I know she's listening to them on audio. A lot of times we invite her over here and we were like, oh, we're doing a review on this book. She's like, oh, okay, well, I didn't even know you were doing that. So I'm going to sit here and try to be funny, but I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know if she's trying to be funny. I think you guys are just drinking.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, but that's the thing is that we've got Sneaky Wink, which does the one book a month. It's Taming Seraphine. We'll do that at the end. Well, it won't be the end of the month. It'll be in like 2 weeks.
Are we going to try to televise that? Or are we going to try to like, kind of take Sneaky Wink off the air?
We might need to take Sneaky Wink off the air. Because for the simple fact of the contents of this book.
For the members. They need to like have a safe space to talk, and on the internet is not that.
It's like, if we read like Ice Planet Barbarians and Sneaky Wink, could we like stream that one?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
But to stream,
But some of those places go dark,
so
especially this last one you read.
to stream Taming Seraphine, I don't think you could we record it and then me edit it to make it a little bit more PG or PG-13? Yeah, I could do that. But to do it live,
Is the juice worth the squeeze?
I don't know. It all depends.
Well, we're kind of leaving out the people who get on that or want to be part of it that aren't local. We're kind of leaving that out. Those people are kind of getting left in the wake if we
Yeah.
start going live.
Yeah, especially since the only person who voted this month is someone who isn't local.
Well, what we could do is like go live. Isn't that sort of thing like can't you like send invitations to it, not have it be public? Like only members can get on there.
On Facebook,
Discord, you could.
Yeah, we might be able to move it to Discord.
And that way, there's on there. We don't keep it. It's just like a meeting. We don't.
Yeah.
We don't repost it, and then
Right. It's not recorded.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. We've had a couple people like
Opt
out just because they don't want their shit online.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
We can. I don't know why I wanted to say storyboard it. Kind of go over details of it, find out which platform would be best for us to use, and then do that. Because, in my personal opinion, Taming Seraphine is too dark. It's too graphic.
It's almost too graphic for me to read.
Yeah, so it's just not going to go over well online, live. It just can't. It won't. It's just not something that I feel comfortable. Like, I'm totally comfortable talking to people about it.
There are a couple of books that I didn't particularly want to talk about. I didn't like that book I read.
The Naughty List is one of those.
Naughty List is really bad, yeah, and it was supposed to be fun and funny, but it just had too much raunchy crap.
But I mean, it was fun and it was funny, and if we hadn't been recording that discussion, we could have really actually did the justice, give it the justice it deserved for that discussion.
Whatever it was.
Yeah, whatever the saying is, it's fucking. It's my bedtime.
You felt like it deserved.
Well, I mean,
but it was what it was. And
yeah.
It had a lot of topics on it that you just don't want to put on Facebook Live.
Right. So, if we continue, and we can be like, I have usually read the books for Sneaky Wink way before we do her. And I can always then be like, it is, as the person who is running that Facebook page, my ultimate decision is to not live stream this month. So we're going to go ahead.
I think a lot of people would be more comfortable if you didn't.
So the people who aren't local, who do just want to like kind of chime in and stuff. The only thing it loses is that the people can't guarantee that they can come and rewatch the discussion, because there are a couple of people who will be like, oh, well, I have this thing going on Friday night, so I'm not gonna be able to go. I'm just gonna watch the recording Saturday morning. You won't have that luxury. And that's just the way it is. And it could be one of those things where if we had some kind of like member only like website, I could then post that later for only those people, but we just don't have that right now. Or
we have Discord. You can do that in Discord. You just drop it in a room. People watch every episode at their leisure.
No, really. Well, it tells you how often I'm on Discord. So we will, I guess, keep an eye out on Spilling My Usual Tea's Instagram. It's one of the best ways to know what we're going to be discussing next on the videos. Are we going to be discussing a book tomorrow? I don't know. As of right this second, we've kind of bounced back and forth on that one. and then got way off topic. So we'll come to that decision. I'll at least go live on Saturday.
Okay.
But as for our regular scheduled programming on Thursday, to be determined, TBD.
Okay.
But
All right.
everyone can have a good night.
Nachos.
Nacho cheese.